the next customer right here. Hi, how are you today? Doing well, thank you. And what can I assist you with? Okay, so a few products not working. I can definitely take a look. And what are the products? Okay, let me just write them down. So a Game Boy Color, and then SNES. Okay. And what's the problem with the Game Boy? Okay. And then what about the SNES? Yeah, I can definitely take a look. And then any games, anything else? Okay, so 3 SNES games. And what's wrong? Okay, so RPG is not working. And then, okay, Kirby and Turtles Time. Both you think just need cleaned? Okay. And then GoldenEye said just needs cleaned. Okay. So I will start off looking at your Game Boy. So if you just want to hand it to me. Thank you. Okay. And there's a game inside. Is the game working? It's stuck on the logo screen. Alright, so yeah, I can take a look. Let me first just take a look at the actual Game Boy. Make sure everything looks good. So the first thing I'm going to do is just check all of the buttons. So A and B. Good. Select and start is good. D-pad is good. So, no problems there. And then let's check the back. Are these new batteries? So you did try to replace them. These out for a minute because sometimes there is battery erosion, but I don't see any, so yeah, none in here. This looks like it is very taken care of, which is good. So I'm gonna check the display and the sound. What is this game? Actually, let me see. Okay, Link's Awakening. And then are you familiar with the Game Boy Color? Okay, bringing this in for a friend. Alright, so you're just going to want to hit the on button right here. And then you'll see the Game Boy logo pop up. Now, let's see. Doesn't look like this game is working. I think you're correct. I did hear the sound come on, which is good. But if you notice, it is stuck on the screen. And now sometimes this will work. But not always if there is an internal issue. So let's see. So, that did do the trick. Now the game is playing. I'm just going to get to the main screen here and make sure everything's working as it should. So it doesn't look like it's actually letting you Roleplay. Yeah, there might actually be an internal issue with this game. I've never seen something like this before. Alright, well, I'm not going to try to waste our time. So I will get you a new copy. But just so you know, in case there is an issue in the future, make sure the game always fully clicks in to the Game Boy. So when you place it in, you should hear a click sound, just like that. And when did you purchase this game? Last month? Okay, and do you happen to have a receipt? Yeah, that's no problem. So here at the Nintendo service desk, we will actually replace games if they were recently purchased and are defective. So I will do that for this. And I'm just going to write a note here so I remember. And I will let tech support know that your Link's Awakening is not working. And they will send you a new copy for free. So what is your first and last name? Okay, and then home address. And then just your phone number. Okay. So we'll contact you once your new game is in, unless you'd like it shipped. You'll just pick it up. Okay. It should only be about a week or so. And then in regards to the buttons, just so you know, if they get sticky, you can clean them. I can actually give you a button repair guide here. You can take that with you. And that's just in case you ever need to look at the buttons yourself, can't come in. It's kind of more quick fixes for that issue. And then if there's any other issues with the Game Boy, you can always bring it in and we can look at it further. Okay? But it looks fine. So I'll hand you that back. And then I guess we'll look at the SNES games first. Let's look at the games and then we'll look at the console. So if you can just hand me the games. Wonderful. And yeah, I'll take the N64 as well. Perfect. Just have a look at all of these. So I knew you said this one potentially not working. Okay, yeah, I see that on my note. So I'm gonna just gently dust all of these for you. Just kind of clean them up. It's complimentary here. And we don't have anybody else waiting in line, so I don't mind. So I'm just gonna dust. And yeah, the sticker looks great on this one. And this is a wonderful game. Yeah, one of my favorites. Okay, so that looks good. And then have these all recently been purchased? Okay. Let's dust this one. So in regards to cleaning this part of the cartridges, there are a few options. So the first option is using an air duster. Do you know what that is? Yeah. So you can kind of just put it up against here, just not too far away from it. And then all of the dust should come right out. So this is Kirby Superstar, and you said this is fine. Okay. So yeah, all of the dust should come right out. Or you can use rubbing alcohol. So rubbing alcohol will clean it really good and not damage anything. So the copper metal contacts on the bottom of the circuit board are the part you need to clean. So let me actually just give you an example. So you would just dampen a cotton swab with alcohol and just let it soak for a second. And then all you're going to do is just insert it right in there and just run it along. And then trust me, you'll see how dirty the cotton swab gets. Even if you take care of them, these games get dusty. And then you would just let it air dry when you're done. This one looks in good condition too. So, 2 options. And then the third option is having us professionally clean it. So we can actually unscrew all of the cartridges to look at the circuit board inside and really deep clean it and just get it looking brand new. So good for games that are really having trouble working too, because they likely just need cleaned. So what are you thinking? Do you want any of these cleaned professionally? Because I can do it right now if you want and just do the alcohol, or I can open them up. But with that, I would obviously just have to get them to you later this week. You want to do that? Okay. So are you thinking for all of them? Okay. And then obviously we will check Super Mario RPG next. So a deep cleaning for all games. And that's just 99 cents each. So that would be $4. So very inexpensive. And then, yeah, just a reminder, your game replacement is free for Link's Awakening. Okay. So now let's look at that SNES. Here it is. And you said, what was the issue? Console wouldn't turn on and no sound. Okay. And did you try any troubleshooting steps? Okay. And then any physical issues that you noticed? Okay, so it wasn't dropped. Let's see, I'm just checking the model number. So I'm going to actually look at my instruction manual here. Just see before I start testing. I am newer to this job, so I just want to make sure I'm following the right steps. Okay. So we'll look at... Okay, we'll look at that. Yeah, so I do have a TV right here. And so I will plug it in and make sure the audio cable is working, and then the power cable. Let's see here. Okay. So yeah, AV cord, power cord. And did you try different outlets in your home? Other things were working fine. Okay. And then you tried other games. Okay, so it's not the game. Well, then I think at this point I'm going to test it out. So let's plug it in. cord that you brought. And then after that, I'll get one from here and see if yours is defective. Okay, perfect. And then are you familiar with the SNES, or is this new for you? Okay. So you just want to plug this in right here on the back. And then this right here. And then always just make sure they are snug. Okay, the power light is not coming on, so not a good sign. That makes me think the power cord is not working. So I am going to try mine. So this one is mine. Get in here. Okay, yep. So I think you just had a cord issue. There's the red button. Just so you know, since you said you're not as familiar, this is the reset button. Just clicks up and down. And then this is the eject button that ejects the game. And let me actually show you. So here's the game, and you're just going to insert it like that. And hopefully we won't have any issues now that we changed the power cord. And before we test it out, just a few notes I wanted to tell you. So if you ever have the issue that the console starts, but the game does not load, that typically means the game needs to be cleaned. So you can follow the steps I already showed you, or bring it in. And this is very tangled, so just give me a moment. And then if you ever have the issue of a controller not working, that either means it needs replaced or there's a broken controller port in the SNES. And we can look at that too if you bring it in. I'm trying to think what else could happen. Oh, if your game loses save data, you would likely need to replace the battery, but doing this will not restore your saves, just so you know, but it would allow you to save games in the future. So just a few tips, since I see those common problems a lot here. Now I'm just going to plug in the controller in the front, there, and then obviously you could put a second one. And let's test it out. And then before we try, I have two more things I wanted to note. You want to make sure all of your cables are in correctly. So on the back of your TV, you'll see a red, yellow, and white AV jack. So you just want to make sure they're in their correct slots. And then obviously your power cord should be plugged into the wall. And then you should be good to go. Alright, so now let's try it out. And there you go. Turns on right away. So here it goes. So right off the bat you can see here the graphics are really amazing. So a wonderful console. And I'll just click on this first save file. Is that okay? Okay. I'm just going to play for a moment just to make sure it actually works properly. Okay, so let's just make sure. So that looks good. So he's moving around. And let's just see. Make sure, like I said, everything's working. Let's go over here. And did you actually ever play this? Okay, so yeah, it just stopped working. Okay. Alright, so Toad says, hey, I thought the princess was here with you, Mario. So where is she? Mario, what's with the silent treatment? You're not telling me something. It's Bowser again, isn't it? Oh no, here we go again. Mario, would you like you always do. Alright, so everything looks fine here. Then I'm just going to restart it. I want to click on one of the other save files. And kind of the same thing, make sure it looks like it's working. So let's just do the second one. So moving around, let's go out here. Yep, looks good. It was that reptile. He's the one who stole my wallet, but I let him get away. Alright, so everything looks like it's working properly. I'm going to now just power off the console. So let me see here. I know we usually charge, I think $10 for the power cords, but I'm going to give it to you for $5, just for the inconvenience and since you've had multiple issues today. So anything else you need? Okay, so I have your name, your phone number, your address for the shipped game. We'll tell you when your games are done being cleaned. And then I'm just going to give you a receipt. So, just outline all of that. Okay, and then what is the date again? June 1st, 1999. Okay. And then our phone number is right here if you need to reach us. But we'll be in touch soon regarding your cleaned games once they're all set. So here is your receipt. There you go. And thank you so much for coming in. We really appreciate your business here at Nintendo. And if you ever need support again, please come in Monday through Friday. We are open 9 to 5. Alright, well, take care, and I'll see you again soon.